What's up, Facebook? What's up, Instagram? What's up, YouTube? Man, you already know what it is, man. Activated AF1, top of the mind chain, man. Put all you teachers in the corner, man. Put us in our seats of see World War IV. Shout out to the United Futuritarian Council seats, Activationists, AF1 channel on YouTube. You already know what it is. Shout out to the council, the whole council board. You know what I'm saying? Souls through the Yeah, let's get to the topic, man. The topic, man. Why Ace of Spades? The secret of the Ace of Spades, man. The Ace of Spades. See, when you're dealing with like the Greco-Roman priests and everything, dealing with cats that's in the hierarchy that took a lot of our ancestors' stuff, which wasn't really our ancestors, it was our future selves, right? They didn't understand that there was going to be ones that was going to come back and decode this stuff. Going back to the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is what? The strongest hand in the deck. Hey, AF1, why is the Ace of Spades the strongest hand in the deck? Because it was dealing with the ones. Now, all this stuff is getting revealed in the age of Aquarius. All this stuff is being revealed in the age of Aquarius. And now we back and we telling y'all that A's. Okay, let's go back to the A factor, the Ace of Spades. What does the Ace of Spades beat in a deck of cards? Because I had to break this stuff down to you guys like, third, fifth grade. The Ace of Spades, what? It beat the Queen, the King, the Jack, the tens and down, right? So the Ace of Spades was what I'm gonna say, card suit or whatever, individual card suit that was in the deck, right? But it was the strongest one. Now, what the Europe, this how they do, this how they rock. Right, when you dealing with these scholars and all these cats that's like dealing with, oh, this how they rock, right? So when you're dealing with, I broke this down in my last video on how the Ace of Spades is the number one. The Ace of Spades is number one off the bat, right? Now when you breaking it down, it beats the King, the Joker. I mean, it doesn't beat the Joker. It beats the King, the Queen, the Jack, the tens, and down, right? But when it comes to the Joker, see, who put the Joker there to beat the Ace of Spades? You know what I'm saying? Who put the Joker? Y'all already know who put the Joker there, man. Cats in the hierarchy that just couldn't just not stand the alpha ones being back on the planet, being beamed down on the planet. And okay. See, even dealing with like society that's being ran right now, man, we ain't tripping on none of that, man. We sit here, we scan you people that's in society, we scan y'all, we keep it moving forward because we have to deal with y'all at the time being. See, when you go deal with all these other cats, that's why people chime in my live and chime out. That's fine. Whatever floats your boat, man. It's the ones, man, from the future. Breaking down the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades shaped like what? A pyramid. The Ace of Spades is shaped like a pyramid for a reason, because this is all going back to the fallen angels, going back to the Bible, going back to all that stuff where the ones, which is the A represents one. Let's get that on the table right now. A represents one. So then when you're dealing with the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Spades was the most critical, is the most critical card in the deck. It's not the Jokers. The Jokers were introduced by people who didn't like the A, because this stuff is not like I tell you guys all the time, this stuff is what's going on, the 14th billion year. This stuff is 10 billion years old. See, this is the jump start. See, when you're dealing with the age of Aquarius, you're dealing with the jump start. 10 billion years old, right? So this is the jump start. So then dealing with what? The 11th billion year. So the ones that's ruling in the 11th billion had to be born back at this time to put everything back in alignment. That's why everything's adding up in the galactical code system, because the activated intelligent ones was going to figure this stuff out, and the ones that don't figure it out, they have to be taught by people until they die. Now, when you're dealing with being taught, yeah, you have to be taught stuff. We live in a 3D realm, we know that. But when you're being taught something, right, it has to be something that you need. It's not something you want. You get taught stuff. When you get taught something, you get taught something you need and not what you want when you're dealing with teaching. When you're dealing with teaching, you get taught you oh my fault, sorry. You need to get taught what you need and not what you want. Because the want and the need factor is going to be different every time dealing with this 3D realm. The want and the need factor is going to be the same. What's needed and what's wanted, what's logical and what's emotional. What people start to analyze this stuff and start breaking down this stuff, man, on a massive scale. Collectively, the planet will shift. Y'all ain't shifting the planet, so we're gonna have to shift it ourselves. That's the sad part about everything, because we don't have time to be sitting here sugarcoating anything with y'all. Look at the crisis in the world right now. Look at everything that was what's going around, going on in the world right now, and there's no time for sympathy. There's time for correction. That's it. Hey, what's up, Raku? Uni one's in the building. There's not, there's just time for correction. There's no time to be sitting here and wondering. Oh, what's that one saying? They say keep up with the Joneses. There's no time to keep up with the Joneses, man. The only thing that really matters is breaking down these codes in the galactical code system. That's the only thing that matters, because those are the keys and the signs that our future ascendants left for us. They left us codes because everybody's not worthy of cracking all this stuff. They're not worthy of cracking the code. They're not worthy to be in that type of realm. They're not worthy to put down the work that needs to be done so the planet can move forward, to move the future ones' souls forward. And then I keep breaking this stuff down on the internet, and because it has to be done. These archives will be found just like in Egypt. When they found Egyptian archives, stuff will be found by the right ones, because now you're dealing with the jump start to the 10th billion year in this universe. Right, to jumpstart. Because okay, let me break all this stuff down. Let AF1, for all you teachers out there that's trying to teach on the internet, break all this stuff down for you. When you're dealing with the billions of years, it takes a billion years in this 3D realm to form a dimension. It takes 1 billion year in this 3D realm to form a dimension. So if you think about that, right, what did they say? The Earth is 4.5 billion years. Okay, could be true, but when you're dealing with a universe that's allegedly 13.8 billion years, right? That the great expansion happened. I say the great expansion. They say the Big Bang Theory. It's just because the reason why I say the great expansion is because the universe is still expanding. So that's why I say the great expansion. The universe is still expanding. It's still moving forward. And then when the thing about see, that's why when I tell people, I say, when you go back in the past, you need to be looking for intelligence or intel in the past. And that's just dealing with the galactical system also. It does the same thing. If you're a future being and you come back to the past, what are you coming back for? Really think about that for a minute. What are you coming? You're coming back to make sure that your future selves and every other body else that's in the future stays in power. Or there's three options: stays in power, getting power, or given power. So those are the three options. If that doesn't happen, they know they can fall in the future. And that's what I keep telling people, man. It's about the future. It's about going forward. It's about manipulating people's minds, just like these people in the hierarchy do to y'all. It's a sad situation, but it is what it is. It's a sad situation, but it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did that for giggles and stuff. Brother Cosmos Uni Fresh, go back to the A. The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is the most critical. Why do you think they say it's the A? Going back to the fallen angels, right? Going back to the alphas, right? Going back to the fallen angels, right? The A's, the ones, the Ace of Spades. See, this is why the king. This is why when cards came out, right? When our people allegedly came up with playing cards with the ace, the king, the queen, the king, and all that stuff. right? The king did not like the ace of spades. The king did not like seeing that ace of spades beating him. So what? So what? Allegedly, when I say allegedly, because you're dealing with stupid ass artificial intelligence and Webster dictionaries, search engines, fucking all that stupid shit. That's why I say that shit. But the ace of spades is the most critical letter in the alphabet, also, and also in playing cards, because everything dealing with the ace of spades, the A, what does the A represent? When, if you're like in your 40s or maybe your 50s, right, you understand that when they did this nationwide to all the schools back in the day, because everything nationwide, everything's connected. So when we were growing up, they had the alphabet and they had the numbers under the alphabet. I went to multiple classrooms where they had that. That wasn't random. That was orchestrated either by the principal or by a massive force of more people that's in the hierarchy that's trying to manipulate that stuff. We understand all that stuff. But the ace of spades is the highest card in the deck. What they do, they came with jokers. The reason why the king came with jokers when you're dealing with the European mind frame, or I'll say the Neanderthal, whatever you want to call them, when you're dealing with that mind frame, it cannot go past, their mind frame cannot go past the ace of spades. So what? Hey, AF1, what do you mean? Because the ace of spades is receiving intelligence. The king and down, they're still dealing with information. Receiving intelligence and information are two different things. Let's get that on the table for all you slow educated dummies out there. It is different, right? Information is different than intelligence, because intelligence is next, information is old. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Ace of spades, strongest card in the deck for a reason. The ace of spades is crushing any suit. But what they're not crushing? The joker. You know why? Because the joker is a joke. It's random. It could be a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, yeah, and it could be a 1 too. But then why it's being a 1, it's all the rest of the numbers. That's why everything's being exposed in the age of Aquarius. The joker is multiple numbers. Every number that you can think of, that's who the Joker is. And he, to see, the Joker can be a 1, but then he's dealing with all the other numbers though. Mentally and soulfully. Let's get that clear. Dealing with all the other numbers. Yup. So the ace of spades crushing everything. Next time, like, if you at a family member's house or something like that, y'all playing spades, and you see that ace of spades, you see the boy. Hey, that's a sign from the future. When you see that ace of spades, that dark matter, when you see that dark matter sitting on that card, yeah, that's power. See, we charge up. See, the thing about the Futuritarians, we charge up in the sun, but then we receive all our intel at night. We receive some during the day too, but the deep shit we receive at night, because as our future ascendants is manipulating dark matter, they can send stuff to us easier without even manipulating stuff. Just straight through dark matter. Now, if you had to just think about this for a minute. This is for all you philosophers, scholars. If you had keys to dark matter, right, what would you do with it? Like, really think about that. That's why the mind is the strongest muscle on the planet. Because if you had keys to dark matter, what would you do with it? Right? If the universe is made up of darkness, and see, all this stuff is going to be put in these books, because these science, everything that the Futuritarians is saying, because we're from the future. So everything that we're saying, these scientists are going to start doing it and be like, damn, he was right. The salvage, the chosen ones. That's what we mean by chosen. Being tapped into the future, ascendance, tapped in through the creator, and then being protected by the gods in the 3D realm. Doing all of it, all of that. Who do you think that was protecting these motherfuckers in the hierarchy for the last fucking 4,000 years? because our ancestors dropped the ball. They fumbled the ball. Now the council back that taught them, the real councils back that taught them on how to manipulate society. They're supposed to have one banking system on this planet. They're supposed to have one government on this planet. They're supposed to have one order on this planet. Everybody's going to have individual mind frames. We understand that. The planet is too big for everybody not to have their space on their belief systems. We've been dealing with this shit for billions of years. This ain't nothing new to us. Everybody has their own belief system because it's 3D realm. The fallen angels that came down here, fucked up the whole planet. This for all you Bible toting junkies out there. Yeah, the fallen angels. We're talking about the fallen A's, the ones. Go back to the Ace of Spades. Why the Ace of Spades is the most critical card in the deck. Because these people, these kings, these queens, these jacks, these tens, these nines, these eights, they already knew we was going to come back. And then once we came back, they couldn't do nothing about it. And they know. See, when you're dealing with, I'm not mad at, people that really don't mega stand this stuff, ultra stand this stuff. It's like, dude, this is going to, like, I'll give y'all an example. Hey, Futuritarians, don't take this the wrong way, but you have to give them examples, right? The whole council right now could perish, right? The whole council could perish. It's still going to happen. This is still going to play out. All the stuff that we're saying is going to happen. These people talking about they psychics, they that. No, we ain't psychics. We're just tapping into the future. Psychics get sent something. Psychics get sent certain things from certain spirits. Spirits, ghosts, entities, demigods, whatever the fuck y'all want to call them, right? But man, when it comes to this future stuff and the planet, they can't predict that because they're not tapped in. They're not in the future with us. That's why they can't tap in, because they're not in the future with us. This does not take rocket scientists to figure this out, that these people that are psychics, and all that stuff, they can't mess with the Futuritarians because we tapped into their minds. We tapped into the realm. We tapped into dark matter. We tapped into solar energy, everything around us. That's the difference between us and y'all. Y'all tap into individual stuff. That's fine. Well, that's why we say we the chosen ones from the future, because we can back it up. Let anybody on the internet talk about they chosen this and that. Tell them, where's the backup at? Where's your protection? Who popped up in your dreams? Who popped up and was sitting in front, sober, off everything? Come up in here, man. These teachers on the internet, man. Hey, Futuritarians, man. I was finna get on these teachers, man, because we already know they the fallen. We already know they the fallen Ace of Spades. All these teachers on the internet's the fallen Ace of Spades. You think we don't know? We know. You teachers on the internet, y'all are the fallen Ace of Spades. That's why these teachers are falling like the fallen angels they are. Now it's the age of Aquarius. The Futuritarians is back, and they're like, what the heck is going on? This is called galactical intervention. See, see these fallen angels on the internet, and the ones that you see in your community, they've been walking around in sheep's clothing, like it's saying in the Bible. They've been walking around in sheep's clothing. They've been all collective and calm. Now the council back, and they like, oh, they scatter like they supposed to do and stay away from us. Because when you're dealing with the the A is it's the age of Aquarius, man. The power code number, the alphas, the ones, the fallen angels, the angels, with the fallen angels. See the fallen. Let's get this clear, man, for all you Bible toters and all you people that think y'all intelligent, man. Right? Go back to the Bible, right? The Bible was put down here for the Bible, the Quran, religion in general was put down here for population control. Let's get that clear. Because the animalistic mind frame that some of these people have on the planet, they have to have a structured mechanism to keep them sane to some point. That's why the Bible came out. That's why the Quran came out. That's why you're dealing with atheists. That's why you dealing with what's the mother ones? The Muslims and all that stuff, man. You have to have a book to keep people mind frame. That's why I came out with meta. For you slow educated dummies out there, what is meta? Meta is the loop process. If you go, what are they? They're looping you. They're keeping you in the loop. TikTok, Instagram, whatever floats your boat. But it's a loop process if you can't go back to the one linear path. See, now they know we back. Now they know we came through a portal, right? If you put it like this, if you guys scan us, like if you scan us, like on some night vision stuff, the stuff you will see will not be like normal. It won't be normal to the average scanning process. See, now AF1's on one because the Ace of Spades was the most critical card in the deck that came out with the Jokers because they was laughing at us because that's what they do. Once they can't, man, we was dealing with one teacher on the internet, me and the brother Aso, and once he couldn't deal with us, what he do? He basically was just started laughing, right? He was laughing at us, but like subconscious, it get deep, but and then when you're dealing with uh people people that don't understand that the shift is the futuritarians. They're like, oh, it's a shift happening. There's a shift coming. What shift is you talking about? See, our minds are moving fast. When y'all see, this is the thing about the futuritarians and some of y'all. Not all y'all, because there's other ones out there. We understand this stuff. But this is the thing about y'all. When y'all worried about bank account, eating healthy, spirituality, and all that stuff, we focused on the future of our children and the planet. That's the difference from the other cats teaching on the internet and us because we teach teachers. Who's going to teach the teachers? You thought that our future selves, the creators, ever was going to send an army back? Who's going to teach the teachers? The teachers need to be taught too. You already know the teachers need to be taught too. But what are you going to teach the teachers with? You're going to teach them with intelligence because they already been taught what they need to do to get to solidify their place in society. Solidify their place in society, they had to be taught something so they could solidify their place in society. We understand all that stuff. We're going past everything on the internet, on the cyberverse. We're not on the planet for views. We're not on the planet for population. We're on the planet to get them 11. Because once we get them 11, boy, I'm telling you, this whole planet's going to shift, man. This ain't scare tactics because we're not scared. See, the difference between these other teachers on the internet, they ain't never been through no real life stuff. I say allegedly, maybe I say 40% because it's crazy everywhere in the world right now, especially if you live in a populated environment. If your environment's populated, your risk of getting shot, stabbed, mugged goes up at least about 300% if you was out like in the suburbs or something like that. That's just facts. 300%. Y'all know how you is. I got negrophobia. I can't even be around them. As soon as I see the gas station, I see a whole bunch of them cats standing over there. I go, hey, there's another gas station up the street. No, I still go stop and pump my gas. I ain't even gonna lie. I still go pump my gas because I'm like, man, we the council. Like, you touch one of us, man. I'm talking about when you come back after you dead, it's gonna be still over with. They're gonna be like, damn, I gotta come back and pick rosemary. How the hell I came back and picking rosemary and shit? They ain't even gonna know that they fucked up on their last life. That's why, all right, when I see no disrespect to like handicapped people, when I see them like that's really messed up, like you born that way, I say, okay, you got you know, the physical way where their mother might have been messed up, or their daddy had messed up sperm, or what I'm saying, something like that. I understand all that, right? But it's like when you really look at certain situations, they get crazier and crazier. And you gotta sit there and look at them, analyze them, and move forward. Ace of Spades, the strongest. Well, it's always going to be the strongest card in the deck. because you take the jokers out. The jokers, that was just a diversion, man. Because they everything, even on like something as simple as cars, there was like, no, the ones cannot come back. We're gonna do everything in our power to make it seem like they're not gonna come back when we know they're gonna be back. And that's the point that I'm making, man. All this stuff in the age of Aquarius is getting revealed by these cats in the uppity ups, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Man, shout out to United Futuritarian Council seats, brother Asol, brother sister Kimberly, brother Raku, Elizabeth, man, moving forward. Yup. Yup. Live stream, man, was lit for a minute. Live stream was lit for a minute, man. Then when it got lit, I was like, man, they're not even ready for this power, man. They just not. They so used to being taught stuff, and we like, shoot, we haven't been taught nothing in a long time. Man, if it ain't no physical stuff, like some new stuff physically, like you can like camping or like maybe like aviation or something like that, man, y'all can't tell us nothing, man. We really can't. And it's not us being cocky. We gave y'all, every teacher on the internet, a chance, even the new ones coming up. We giving them a chance too. Like, see, y'all don't know us, right? I look at everything logically. Yeah, we all these new cats that's out here teaching. We waiting. But right now, in the present state, it's not good for these teachers on the internet, man. They all like, man. Look at TD Jakes. TD Jakes, man. He already. We already knew TD Jakes had sugar in his tank. Come on, man. Allegedly. TD Jakes allegedly has sugar in his tank, man. You can tell by how he preaches. TD Jakes be preaching some stuff. You be like, what did he say? Hey, check it out, man. Go YouTube TD Jakes, man, and watch his preaching, and then do like deep searches on his preaching. I don't give a fuck about his personal life. Motherfuckers be worried about people. Everybody fucking crazy. Everybody's crazy on some level. Everybody has mental illness. Who the fuck doesn't have mental illness on this goddamn 3D realm planet, right? Mental illness goes from well, there's different charts where you got mental illness, and then you have there's a 1 through 5, and then that's like the 1 through 5 is like medical chart. Then you got the 6 1 through 6, right? Dealing with mental illness, I was talking to my mom, and I told her I had mental illness, and she was like, no, you don't. And I said, Mom, I said, everybody got it. So it's different levels. Somebody's at 1, somebody might be at 3, somebody may be at 4. If you're at like 5 or 6, probably need to go to a nut ward. And that's just being logical thinking. That's not trying to like talk down on somebody or something like that because they have mental illness on that level. That's actually a medical condition that's dealing with your neurotransmitters in your mind that gives you a shortage of electrical charge to make certain situations and make certain things move forward. Basically, that's all that is. But yeah, man, the Ace of Spades, strongest card in the deck, activated AF1. I won.